The Beach FM Business Lunch Show, brought to you by placemakers Kapiti and Horowhenua. Together we're building New Zealand.
Welcome back to Business Lunch on Beach FM with Damian, and it's time to talk business now. Welcome into the show from the Kapiti Economic Development Agency. It's Liz Coe. G'day, Liz.
G'day, Damian. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you managing during this time?
Oh, well, it's a crazy time, isn't it? I'm actually quite enjoying the slower pace of life, I have to say, though.
Yes, well, there's also there's positives in which way you want to look at it. You guys are doing something special at the moment, but I just wanted to let people know a bit about who you are. You've been in the financial sector for many years now and chair of the Kapiti Economic Development Agency since early 2018, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we set up KEDA, as it's called for short, about 2 or 3 years ago, really as it was born out of frustration, I guess, with the lack of progress on economic development in Kapiti.
Yes.
So we got together some volunteers who are really passionate about our local economy and growing our local businesses. And we formed this organisation, and it's really a kind of a placeholder organisation. We were sort of taking a stand to say, hey, in Kapiti we need an independent economic development agency, so let's just create one and see what happens. So that's what we did. We set up KEDA. So it's not an official body as such, yes, but it is a group of people who believe in having an independent economic development agency.
Outstanding. And many members from many different types of industry, don't you? We
do, yeah. So we have several hundred members, and it's in terms of our actual membership, our newsletter list and our Facebook group. We've got quite a big following now, and we did get a lot of airtime, I'd have to say, during the elections as well, because people were really concerned about economic development, and KEDA's name was mentioned on many an occasion through that whole process. So, yeah, I think we've got a reasonable profile in Kapiti now. I think most people have at least heard of us if they don't know much about us, but and that's, what we want to do is sort of bring attention to the need for economic development in Kapiti and be a voice for the community on that.
Absolutely. And that brings us to today, where we're talking the Business Support Network that is launched in Kapiti. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, I guess we got thinking about what we could do to support those people in our community who we know are going to really struggle. And this is the sad thing about COVID, is there are going to be some casualties, and we want to try and minimise the impact. There's a lot of self-employed people in Kapiti. So one of our KEDA members, did some thinking one weekend and came up with a brilliant idea to set up a support network. So the idea of this is it's a website that has details listed of professional experts in our local community who are prepared to help our small businesses get back on their feet again, because we know it's going to be a really painful process.
Yes. And
people need help. In typical Kiwi style, a lot of businesses are going to try and tough it out themselves. Our advice is put your hand up. Say to the community, I need help. Pick up the phone, talk to someone, get some expert advice. We've brought together through this website a whole lot of local experts who are more than happy to answer people's queries, to give them some free advice, whether it's talking about your commercial leaks or how to deal with staff, whether it's your mental health and well-being or whatever. We just really want to wrap ourselves around our local businesses and help them get back up and running again. So that's the whole intent of this business support network. The concept is local people helping local people, because there's phone numbers you can ring, for NZ or for government government organisations, that kind of thing. But they're far removed from our local community. We're just saying, let's as a community get together and help each other through this tough time.
Absolutely. Well, it is one of the fastest growing communities in New Zealand, and if we can come closer together through our businesses and support our local, well, that's only going to be good for the future. Tell us, you do have a range of industries that have experts that are in this. Can you just name a few?
Yeah, well, we've got accountants, we've got HR people, we've got marketing people. People to help with supply chain, getting access to supplies, IT, remote working, that sort of thing. We've got people to help with your state of mind, your mental well-being.
So important.
Just about everything you can think of, and we're adding to it all the time. So we really encourage, if anybody's listening to this who feels they have some professional expertise they can offer to our local community, you can go to the website, so businesssupportnetwork.nz, and you can register on there. You can put your listing up there, a profile, to say the areas that you can help in. So this is, we're reaching out not only to people who need help, but to people who can offer help as well, to go to the website and just, put yourself up there as being willing to help, list your contact details. This is all about, just all working together, because honestly, if we help each other succeed, we will all succeed. If our businesses fail, we're all going to fail, aren't we? It's because, failed businesses means that there's less money to go around. We're all going to be worse off as a result of that. So we really have to stick together on this one.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you're talking to a lot of people out there already before the even launch of this. How are people feeling out there at the moment?
I think people are still taking it all in, quite honestly. It's a traumatic event, and I don't think the reality has even quite sunk in yet. It's just early days, and we've had things like the wage subsidy and a lot of financial support. People have kind of adjusted to that. The worst is yet to come, I have to say. And it's not till we get to a few weeks down the track, and the wage subsidy might run out, and then what? And who knows how long it will be before our retail stores open? Who knows how long it will be before we get tourists back in? Who knows how long before our restaurants and cafes will be able to open properly? Because and speaking to some of those people, a lot of those hospitality places are not really going to want to open unless they can do it properly. Who wants to go to a restaurant that's kind of half empty? It's not quite the same feel, isn't it? So, and I'm sure some of them will be doing takeaways, but to open as a fully functioning restaurant or cafe, that's probably not going to be till level 2 or level 1. And that's some time away. So there's a lot more water to go under the bridge yet, and so I think people haven't really experienced the full impact of this yet. So I think everyone's a bit kind of still dumbstruck by what's happening here.
Absolutely. Well, it's more important than ever to come together and ask those questions, and don't be afraid to ask them. So head along to the businesssupportnetwork.nz, so run by KEDA. Thank you, Liz Coe from the Kapiti Economic Development Agency, KEDA, for your time this morning to explain this. We should catch up in a few weeks and see how it's been going.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks very much, Damian.